Okay, today's question is, why do you keep getting rejected when you want to be accepted? Because you have a repressed fear of rejection. Fear of rejection works this way. In the past, you had life experiences where you felt rejected. You wanted to be understood and you were misunderstood. You wanted to be accepted, you were rejected. You wanted to be included and you were excluded. So you develop this fear that you are going to be rejected. So you repress that fear. You repress that fear in your body. And what happens is that when there is that fear stored in your body, you have this urge to prove that you can be accepted, you can be understood, you can be included. So therefore that creates this force, okay? This force that pushes into people's boundaries and asking them, can you accept me? Can you understand me? Can you include me? So that energy irritates the other person because you are basically invading into their boundaries, right? So when you enter into their boundaries, invade into your boundaries, asking them to understand you, asking them to accept you, asking them to include you, then they push you out of their boundaries. They reject you, they misunderstand you, they actually reject to understand you, they basically excommunicate you, and then it becomes the wall. You keep hitting that wall because you want to repress your fear even more, or in other words, you want to prove to yourself that you can be accepted. I hope it makes sense, because imagine that repressed fear of rejection is basically kind of in a shell, right? And you have this mask of, hey, look, I can be accepted. And therefore that turns into this pushy energy that makes the other person do the things to you that you don't want them to do. The solution is basically catching yourself at that force. When that force develops within you that tries to repress that fear of rejection, asks the person, moves the energy into the person to be accepted, catch yourself right there. Are you showing off too many things? Are you trying to push your agenda? Are you trying to explain too many things to them so that they can see you, they can accept you? Catch yourself right there. Look at that energy. Is that a pushy energy? Is that an energy that is desperate to be seen, to be accepted, to be included? Catch yourself and sit with that energy. Grounding works incredibly well. Sitting with that energy makes you digest that fear. Less fear you have, less fear you store in your body, less pushy that energy becomes, and therefore you are less likely to invade others' boundaries, to be accepted, and therefore you will have more chance to be accepted. That's how it works. That's how the energy and relationships, interpersonal relationships, and entanglements get resolved because of this energy that is stored in you as part of your repressed fear of rejection.